Hello, I'm Russell Brand. Welcome to the Trews. Today we're talking about Scottish independence and independence of nations in general. Let's have a look at the debate between Alistair Darling and Alex Salmond that was on the telly the other day. I ain't seen it yet.
We couldn't stop the bedroom tax. We can't stop illegal wars. We can't stop the poor and disabled bearing the brunt of welfare cuts. We can't stop the spread of food banks in this prosperous country. We can't stop countless billions being wasted on a new generation of weapons of mass destruction. Now we have the opportunity to change all of that.
Oh, sounds like a good start, doesn't it? All the things he's talking about seem like the sort of thing I'd agree with. I wish I was Scottish.
He's asking us to take his word for it on everything. No plan B for anything. Trust what he says. Sorry, I can't.
This is how the independence referendum has been defined. The British state faces one of its most significant internal political challenges since the miners' strike, potentially more significant even than the immense mobilisation against established authority of the anti-Iraq war movement a decade ago. In both of these cases, the movements that you intuitively think are supportive of the people, the miners or the anti-war movement, both were crushed as a result of consolidated power at the top of the pyramid. So that's why I think it's important to really explore the possibility of, well, not explore, support Scottish independence. Even as I'm sort of tacitly, well, not tacitly, I'm about to explicitly support Scottish independence, there's still a bit inside me going, no, stay. Like, I don't like things being changed. I'm really patriotic. Sometimes I watch some like, say you watch Gandhi or whatever, a film that's clearly about the evils of the British Empire and how righteous it is that Gandhi stood up. Still a little bit of me is thinking, England, you know, like, it's in me to think that. I'm English, I've been brainwashed my whole life long, but when you look at the basic facts of the matter, none of us are represented by the interests that rule us under the banner of the United Kingdom, not the English, certainly not the Scottish. You know, from what Alex Salmond just outlined, they don't have any control over their own economy or policies that have a negative social impact. So why would Scotland stay under UK rule?
Now, you might hear some good lines from him tonight, but remember, a good line is not always a good answer. It's answers now we need. Otherwise, for ourselves and for our children and the generations to come, we have to say no thanks.
He's going on a fear route already. Like, if his argument is to try and frighten people, that's the argument everyone uses to cow us under imperialism. You know what I was thinking recently? Like, in colonial revolutions like the American Revolution of Independence and the Indian Revolution, they could identify that they were being controlled by a colonial master because they were geographically separate from the people that are ruling them. We've been colonised as well. It's just that we're colonised by people who live here. They've colonised us from an elitist perspective, so I don't blame the likes of old Salmond or all the Scottish folk if I was Scottish, I'd be well up for the old independence.
The Tory party, the Labour Party, are the only people in the world who argue that the possession of substantial amounts of oil and gas is somehow a curse as opposed to an asset for a country.
This is nonsense.
Every other country in the world thinks it's an asset.
Oil is a great thing to have, but to rely so much on something, and even since last year when you published your white paper, where you put in 650 pages, there was just one page of numbers for just 1 year, and the estimates you made of the oil revenue then have proved to be wrong. They are much lower than you thought.
Oh no, North Sea oil, there's more North Sea oil than you think. No, there's not. I went to the North Sea yesterday, there's just an egg cup's worth in there. Oh no, there's loads of it. We've been basking in North Sea oil. It's a really boring vibe, isn't it? It's like the reason it's hard for me to get too enthusiastic is like, you know, like Alex Salmond there has made a very good point about fossil fuels, but I mean, bloody hell, they are definitely finite, they are definitely limited. And also the whole argument, like most political debate, takes place within such narrow parameters, it's hard for me to be excited about it. The only reason I would endorse Scottish independence is because I think that the more there is devolution, the more power structures break down, the more power hopefully will reach people that matter, us, normal people.
The last debate, Alex Salmond mentioned the NHS once. Since that debate, and all the business over currency, we've been subjected to a scare campaign principally aimed at what's going on in England.
They're laughing because the whole Better Together campaign is basically, it's better together, don't go out there into the world, you won't like it, you'll be frightened. If Scotland stay in the Union, they are by proxy governed by the United States militarily or Europe economically. It doesn't make no difference. I think the whole concept of nation needs to be really thoroughly examined, because I don't think it benefits the population. I think the systems are designed so that we all believe in some folky little myth about, hey, we're all members of the United Kingdom. The people at the top, they don't care about that. People that run banking systems and transnational corporations, they're not getting all misty-eyed over Rule Britannia and William Wallace. All they're doing is making as much money as possible and give us some daft flag or something to believe in. So do anything to break down these power structures, what I'd say.
This is the National Health Service.
For you to decide how much money you spend there. Don't go blaming other people.
Do your colleagues estimate that it will cost to replace the Trident nuclear system in 2020? How much in monetary terms?
Look, I don't think you choose either between defending the country and spending money on the health service.
How much?
The cost is over a 40-year period, something like £80 billion.
There's 100,000 children faced with poverty, 100,000 people with disability. They're going to spend £4 billion a year on Trident.
Alistair Darling, I don't think, is cut out for this. Do you know what it is? Is you can feel underneath the tedium of the debate and the confusion of the nomenclature, you can feel the truth just burgeoning underneath it. More important things are breaking apart every day: social contracts and the way that we treat people, and the National Health Service being dismantled. Like, this is just, this emblem of the UK, this idea of nation, I think is a veil that really conceals the machinations of the truly powerful, and I think any devolution of power is a positive thing for people.
We are going to the polls in just 2 days' time, and he can't answer basic questions on currency, he can't answer basic questions on how much you'd spend. So don't lecture me on what we're doing wrong, just look at your own record.
They get a bit worked up now, a little bit of fire in their bellies. But yeah, increasingly it's clear that what would be best for the Scottish population will be to have independence and autonomy. I would say, yeah, vote for that. Vote for Scottish independence. Go further. Don't have the Queen all over your money. Get shot out. Put some proper Scottish heroes, people that the English butchered down in London every time they tried to kick off for your independence. Good luck with your freedom, people of Scotland.
Is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the news. If the news was true, I want some Trews. Let's have some Trews.